Welcome back to another market recap.
Craft show recap.
Craft show recaps. Hey! So this one is another one of our craft fairs that we had at the beach.
So I'll link the video here. There's two videos that we're going to talk about today. The one video where it was raining, I'm going to do a separate video about that and what you do in the rain if you guys want to. No one really said that they wanted to in the comments, so let me know if that's something you're interested in. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. But if you want to know what we do in the rain, how to help with the rain, things you got to be careful with,
risk mitigation factors,
let us know. I mean, we go over it a lot in other different videos, but if we want a specific dedicated
I was
video
about to say, it might be we touch on it
right
in other videos, but we don't actually say everything that we do in one place.
But I think we're going to do this, the good, the bad, the ugly, from the second show.
Yes, the second show.
Beach.
Yep. So, for the good, we've got two different things that were very heartwarming or endearing to us. You want to go over the first one?
These are yours. I got the rest of them.
Oh, these are mine. Okay. Well, this first one I think you're going to want to talk about too. So we had this wonderful woman who had her mother with her. Her mother was in a wheelchair and she was wheeling her mother along the boardwalk. She stops at our booth and she starts talking to us. She's asking us about all the different animals and asking her mom which ones she likes, what colors she likes and stuff. Do you remember what she bought?
The frog.
She did. She bought one of the big frogs with the big eyes. And afterwards, she told us, she's like, my mom has to go to chemo once a week, and she used to have a stuffed animal that she would bring with her, but it got destroyed. I want her to have something cute that she can hold on to when she's doing her chemo treatments. And that was just, it was so sweet.
It was so sweet. I'm even just still thinking about it, I'm gonna cry. It was
super sweet.
It was so sweet.
So she ended up buying the frog from us. She got a card too because she said that she wanted to get other stuff, I think.
Oh yeah, she wanted custom stuff and colors for teams and yeah, she did. Never heard from her, but that's okay.
That's okay.
I have a sneaking suspicion I might hear from a significant amount of people when it comes closer to Christmas time this year, which I wouldn't be mad about.
Yeah.
I'd be mad about.
Right. The second portion of our good segment for today
is a cutesy story.
Is a little cutesy thing. It was this early teens, maybe tweens ager that was talking to their friends or their siblings or whatever, and she's like, oh my gosh, I love the big eyes. You know, the big eyes, it makes you think that it's a baby, and that's how people make their money.
Yep, it was so funny. I was laughing so hard.
And you know what?
It was great.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
She is not wrong.
It was so funny, though. It was just cute. Just one of those little, thank you.
Yep. On the topic of the bad, we had a family come up, or I guess it was just mom and dad, because they said that their daughter had bought a stuffed animal at another craft show, a crocheted one, and it was one of those squeezy balls, and then it would come out the mouth, and it would you'd squeeze it, and it kind of like a jelly.
Yeah.
I'll put a picture on the screen so you know what I'm talking about.
Kind of like a water balloon filled with a physical substance.
Yeah. But it's a trend that's happening right now where people are making these stuffed animals with an open mouth, and then you can squeeze it, and then this ball jelly will come out of the mouth of the thing. And
is it supposed to look like a tongue?
I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
Okay.
But
I've never seen it. I'm guessing based on the stress ball
it's a mouth,
stuff.
So
and I remember old toys that had them.
Right.
So I'm assuming
but it's literally
that.
It's like a ball. There's sometimes little balls inside or.
Right. That's what I was envisioning.
Balls inside. And they told me you got to be really careful when you're doing these trends, guys, because this family told me it got squeezed too hard and it exploded. And she said she really didn't squeeze it all that hard and it made a mess. But if the material is toxic, if there's a younger child involved and they end up putting it in their mouth,
or a
pet got a hold of it, oh my goodness, that'd be a disaster.
Yep.
There are some really cutesy trends that are happening, but to protect yourself, you have to be aware and be very, very careful.
Yeah, I think you definitely, especially if it's something if it's one of the ones that has the balls in it or anything like that, anything the size, around the size of a dime is big enough to cause choking, especially for kids.
It's a choking hazard.
And pets. So you really got to be careful with that kind of stuff. And I don't know. I wouldn't put anything inside a stuffed animal other than stuffing and maybe like a voice box or something.
Scent. We had the one.
Oh yeah, or like one of those scent packets. Like
I understand it, and it's a really cute idea, and I've seen them. They look really cute.
Right.
But for me, again, I'd be afraid that something like that would happen. And again, what if they have like a young? I mean, I guess that I think where my dilemma comes in is that if you're old enough to buy something like that, you know not to put it in your mouth, or you should know not to squeeze it too hard.
Right.
But what if they have a younger sibling who doesn't know any better?
Right.
And they bought it for the older one, and then there's still the younger one. Like, that's where the problem lies. And when you're dealing with materials like that or toys like that with children, there are so many warnings all over things when you buy them. And when you're reselling those things made into something else, those warnings aren't there, and that makes you liable.
Right.
Unless you do all the warnings.
I think a portion of this boils down to a much larger issue in that it shouldn't be your liability, but because of the way the laws are made, it is. Right. So it's your problem, even if it's not your fault. And as a result of that, you have to take extra steps that you shouldn't necessarily have to take. It's hard. It's really hard because things happen with children so quick, and they don't have the cognition to know that they shouldn't do that.
Right.
Then
who's liable? The parent, the child, or the business?
Right. And then it comes down to is like, is there even someone who's at fault? But that's why they call it an accident. But someone is going to be held at fault, no matter what. Even if it's just like, crap happens. Right. Like, we do have a couple other bad things as well, though. But this one is mine.
It's yours?
It's mine.
All right. Well, before he gets to it, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Just saying.
Give it that thumbs up.
Go for it.
Actually, we're going to switch something.
There's one that goes into bad and ugly, and so we're going to do both, because the one Ben was going to go for was like...
Definitely actually ugly.
Definitely ugly, not just bad.
Another one of those liability things.
Liability things, gosh. We were at the booth, and all of my basket stands have a sandbag on them, because if a child grabs onto the stand and it pulls it on top of themselves, I'm responsible for that. So I do everything that I can to mitigate that happening. However, she had to have been 2.
I don't even think she was that old.
Okay, she was very, very young. And she grabbed onto the bottom rung of my basket stand where the seahorses are and was swinging on it back and forth.
Like pretty much her full weight.
Oh, yeah, her full body weight. She was just hanging from it. And I say to the kid, please don't hang on that. We're going to get hurt. Please don't do that. And every time I do anything like that with a child, I raise my voice an octave to make it sound like I'm not trying to yell at them, but make it more, please don't do that. Please no. Please don't lick it. Please don't put it in your mouth. Please no.
Please don't touch it with your sticky fingers.
And the parent was mad at me that I said something to their child. Like, he gave me such an attitude, and I was like, I don't want it to fall on her. And he was still giving me an attitude. I'm like, what?
It's like, brother, move along.
What?
It's like, at that point,
and
your baby just got saved.
They didn't end up getting anything. I'm like, I don't want it to fall on her. If it falls on her, we have a problem, and I'm responsible for that. Yep. And given the reaction that he had, he's definitely the person who would sue me for it if she got hurt for doing something wrong.
Potentially.
Like, it's...
Yeah. It's another one of those liability things. It's like, is it actually our responsibility when you're there with your child and you're allowing them to hang on something?
We're not watching, did not care. And I was like, please don't hang on it. Like, I don't want it to fall. And like, the dad was mad. Watch your kid. Oh, watching your kids. The 2 girls at Jess's booth.
This is more ugly.
We're getting there, and I'm going into it. My friend Jess sells jewelry and glass, and she had 2 girls who were old enough to know better at her booth, and the parents had already said no. And the girls are not being careful with the glass, not being careful with anything, all over her booth, tearing apart everything with glasses in their hands, holding the glass container by the lid, and like talking with their hands. Save this for me. Save this, save this, save this. And Jess is like, your parents already said no. Like, oh my gosh. My friend Jess had everybody having issues that day. There was a guy, they were using her tent for shade, and he was leaning on her tent. Don't lean on someone's tent. Like, it's gonna break. Like, it's not meant to hold your body weight. And then she's so clever. She decided to just like start like adjusting the table near where he was leaning on the tent. So he moved off of her tent and went and leaned on the next person's tent and leaned on Pickle Guy's tent.
Pickle Guy's tent was broken at the next show. I wonder if that guy leaning on it had anything to do with it.
You're right.
I didn't even think about that till just now when you said that he leaned on Pickle Guy's tent. It was literally the next show his tent was broken.
Because the next one was baseball, yeah. Don't lean on people's tents.
Don't lean on people's stuff.
Don't lean on people's stuff, yeah.
Whether it's their car, their motorcycle, their tent. Doesn't matter. Don't lean on other people's stuff.
I've had people lean on the tables.
Tables is a little bit better, but still.
Well, but sometimes they'll try to lean on the checkout stand in the back, and that table is not sturdy.
No, that is not sturdy.
And then you can watch it in the setup video. A girl caught herself on a bike onto my table. Thank God there wasn't stuff on it. She was riding her bike. She like almost fell off and caught herself on my table. But I'm like, if that table would have collapsed. She was almost like a adult-sized kid. Gotcha. Like not a young.
I know they allow bikes on the boardwalk.
I hate it.
They need to have more enforcement of the actual rules for it, though.
Right.
Like,
because no one cares.
It's supposed to stop at 1 because the excess traffic with the tram cars and the extra people. Like, they need to actually enforce that. They need to enforce the no motorized stuff. Every single time I see someone almost get hit, it's someone on either a motorized scooter or a motorized bicycle. Yeah. Every single time. And then the actual collisions with tents, it's almost always a bicycle after 1. Yep. Almost always.
Or a tram car hitting it.
Well, the tram car, they actually have a right to be there, but they should have the same, like, I don't know. I feel like they should have a more stringent.
They should have a track.
It's called the concrete.
Yeah, but he'd still hit it on the like, there should be a track where the wheels are.
No.
All right, fine.
That would be terrible on the boardwalk. It would be.
People would trip.
Yeah, people would trip. Bicycle tires would get caught in it.
Sucks for the bikes.
Okay, the bikes have a right to be there, though. I don't know. It's just one of those dumb things. I know law enforcement there is stretched thin as it is, but I've never seen a cop even talk to someone about it, which is kind of annoying.
No, never.
Like, the rules are posted up all over the boardwalk, and it's like, the only thing other than walking that's allowed there is bicycles until 1 p.m. No, it literally says no scooters, no motorized, no rollerblades, no skateboards, no dogs.
It also says no
dogs. I like the dogs.
I like the dogs.
But at the same time, we saw the dog a couple weeks ago that jumped up to try to get chocolate chip cookies. We've seen dogs wrap their leashes around someone and people trip. Like, there are a reason these rules are there, and it's almost never the person who's breaking the rules that ends up paying the consequences for that.
True.
It's almost always someone else that gets hurt, injured, or their possessions are destroyed. Almost always. This last one is the one that I was going to talk about. And then we realized it was definitely ugly and not bad. When people go on vacation with their families, they like to have pictures of those vacations, and I love that. I did it all the time with my family. I'm sure you guys, actually, I've seen the ones at your parents' house. That's a normal thing. It's awesome. You get to keep those memories as a physical reminder. Love it. There is a very prominent sign at the boardwalk that people like to take pictures with. And you know what? That's awesome. But guess what? Other people like to take pictures there too.
It's the big Wildwood sign, the beach balls in front of it. Now, granted, I also don't know why they don't just have a professional photographer standing there at all times. They'd make so much money.
I literally thought about trying to do that. I think the logistics behind it is just would be the thing.
But again, you also can't stop people from going into the boardwalk there or passing by. But
it is also the main entrance to the boardwalk from that area and to the beach for that area. There was a family with, it was a big family. It was probably like 15, 20 people. So like multi-generational extended family all there together. And they positioned each person by one of the letters in the sign Wildwood, because the letters, if you don't know, they're like 15 feet tall. They're giant.
You can see it in the video because we were right at the sign. Right. That's how we know, because our booth was literally right at the sign. You could see the big W in the video. Right.
So I'm standing there and I'm looking at this, like, I'm just looking out in general, but I see that the family is getting ready to take a photo. People are standing around, and mom is or grandma or aunt or whatever is directing people where to stand and stuff. And she started yelling at other families and other people that were also taking pictures there. Get out of my photo! Get out of the way! Blah, 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 blah. And
it's a public place.
Everyone's trying to take photos there. Guess what? You don't have exclusive rights to take pictures in front of the sign.
Everyone is trying to take a picture in front of the sign. And I get it. But don't yell like that. It was nuts. Ben said, he's like, did you just hear that? I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, she just yelled at everybody to get out of her picture. I was like, what?
Yeah. I was like, if you really care about the photo that much, pay someone to Photoshop the other people out. What? Like, that's what you got to do.
Use AI!
Or get there early in the day, or
get there at 6 a.m. There's no one in front of the sign.
Yeah. Like, you do not have a right to that sign. To have nobody else there. It is a public space. So so if you like this video, I'm just kidding. I'll wait.
So that is it for this craft show. It is getting harder and harder for these ones that are at the beach because, like, setup's the same. Nothing crazy is going to happen there. So it's just, there's not a ton to talk about afterwards.
Well, actually, we did have something from setup for this one. We can't share the actual video, but we do, like, time-lapse it in the beginning, and we had to cut this part out. So we could tell you what it was, but we can't actually show it. So we had to cut it out because
they were dropping words.
Of the expletives and the things that were being said. But these two guys saw that we were recording the setup, and I think they thought that we were live streaming it, and they went in front of the camera and they started rapping freestyle in front of the camera, and it was really good. But the amount of curse words and everything that they were saying was like,
it was F this and I couldn't.
They had talent, they had skill, but we couldn't put it in. But that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And we didn't notice it when we were setting up.
Not until after.
She showed it to me when she was editing the video. She's like, "Yo, look at this," and I was like, "They're really good." So that's basically it for this weekend.
If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll do another craft show next week. We've got so many more coming. We've got 3 more left. And that's that.
Yeah.
3 more.
That's it. Yes.